Selected. Do you know the truth that releases you from the darkness or stays prisoner? The tale I share with you today is a profound appeal to your spirit, not just a story. As protector of spiritual secret, Gabriel here will help you to untangle carefully spun schemes against you. This film is for those who bear the weight of the call, people who know they were meant for something great, but have been duped by falsehoods, masterminded by hostile hands. You are not here by accident. There are stronger forces guiding your path to this insight. I know you are restless. You have a spiritual compass pointing toward truth and justice. You, who see the need of information, understand that this is an important time. The reality is that a strong message was delivered. A lawyer, in his conceit, revealed the long-running scheme against the selected one. This is a special chance to sort the enormity of what surrounds you, not simply another round of errors. Selected, he realizes that ignoring this warning is like shutting his eyes to a heavenly light, attempting to escape the darkness. Every phrase uttered here to your soul has the power to make the invisible clear-cut. Comment below if you already feel this spark blazing by responses within yourself. By sharing your story, you enter 𖣔READ and realize that a unique truth waiting to be disclosed is there for you. And when you accept this message, when you understand the importance of this conference, you join the divine movement changing life. Now, we know that a deeper layer of revelation is going to surface with your focused attention and spirit ready for morning. Prepare for the revealing of the covert schemes aiming at pilfering what, by right, is yours. There is a phenomena among the veils covering the truth, wherein the selected one avoids the majority. Imagine a stage where the story is so skillfully pushed that it almost becomes invisible. It is about this phenomena wherein few get the luxury of playing. It is not just a belief or theory we talk of, but a spiritual truth buried deep in your nature. Now, why would you find yourself drawn to this call, as if the stars themselves had aligned to send you here? Selected as this phenomena is the huge conspiracy of forces seeking to preserve those meant for great acts. This fact shows itself when opposing forces conceal what is yours by spiritual law, just as current rivers discover obstacles. To fully grasp, picture an unseen web of intrigue spanning time and space, all with one goal in mind: to veers you off your heavenly path. Each movement in this quiet dance between the visible and the unseen is so well coordinated to get you to question your own viewpoint. Did you find it strange how occurrences in your life appeared to be exactly opposite from your natural inclination? Once powerful, your instincts were overwhelmed by voices pushing you off the path. I believe the words that surface here really speak to you immediately. This realization is a guiding lighthouse for your essence, not just a lighthouse for your feet. Ignoring this fact, he keeps whirlingly through a maze of difficulties and spiritual suffering that appears to have no end. The actual urgency now becomes clear. Knowledge and application of this reality are essential, because without it, one runs the danger of staying in a circle of inertia. Selected, this moment is fortunate rather than just perfect. Here, you were meant to transcend the threshold of the illusion and open the eyes of the spirit. Do not divert you. The specifics of this scheme will soon move from obscurity to the concrete reality. As we reveal the facts and proof supporting this divine urgency in the next moment, be ready to sink further. This phenomena we discuss goes beyond a chance alignment of events or a coincidental occurrence. By answering the call of your spirit, he is the expression of cosmic forces, disclosing a long-kept story hidden from your conscience. Selected, Maybe you have experienced this strength as an unseen tension, a restlessness in your body that motivates you to search beyond appearances and challenge what reality was forced on you. The realization at the core is the capacity to see that every challenge you encounter is really a gift meant to awaken your spiritual vision to greater realities. He considers the wind that, despite its might, instructs the tree to deepen its roots. The selected lives, thus, that every challenge serves to strengthen rather than to be used for killing. These flashpoints of insight are not random. They are the spiritual response you may use to pay attention to and heed the voice of your soul. Do you have to see norms recurring, maybe in relationships, employment, or even unanticipated events? These tendencies are echoes of a larger symphony. Your life is trying to teach you how to listen, accept, and resonate at a deeper level, not just repetitious. Denying this reality, and hence, resisting the river's natural path, is how one may stop its flow. Many are stuck in the resistance cycle, self-loathing, condemned to negotiate the same stormy seas of spiritual immobility. Accepting it, nevertheless, lets the rivers of knowledge and revelation propel you toward your own calling, where calm and real success wait. Selected. Know that right now, fresh chances are presenting themselves before you. You have to decide whether to stay on the margins of what is totally reserved for you, or embrace this metamorphosis with conscience and bravery. Recall that every inner progress reverberates outside and shapes your environment and increases your brightness. We shall keep disentangling the paths of this trip, exposing the cosmic gears that have pilfers what belongs to you by right, but are now ready to be returned. Imagine now the intricacy of a close-up tapestry, where every entwined wire offers an unseen tale to the unaided sight. In its spiritual intricacy, this network of conspiracies creates the path for the selected to realize their actual purpose and connect with their core. Originally seeming to be a useless tangle, it really shows a thorough map of your possibilities and destiny. You discover as each layer of this story is revealed that the challenges encountered are not just roadblocks, but also snippets from the road meticulously planned to lead you to truth and justice. Imagine yourself strolling in a thick forest where bruma sometimes blocks your whole vision of the route, yet in every clearing, you discover hints of your mission. Have you ever wondered if times of seeming loss were really opportunities for realignment? It treats as each meeting and mismatch, as every failure and success, may not be random, but rather as gears of a cosmic clock responding to divine time. He muses about the past of the wise Job, who recognized, throughout great hardships, that his belly was meant for something more than he could see personally. You must go far into the ground of truth, much like the roots of a tree before it blossom, so that your branches will reach the heavens. You remember to believe that the knowledge of the cosmos is feeding the stronghold of your essence, even in times of uncertainty and seeming setback. We have long sensed that something does not fit, that a shadow of our choices and behavior casts itself around us. Ignoring this appeal, on the other hand, is like to enter a darkness that deafens the heart and locks the soul. Ignoring this awareness might cause us to develop self-sabotage cycles, wherein irritation and worry are created. Still, witnessing this extremely established trap lets light enter darkness and transform it into a real and clarity-oriented road. Selected, at last grasping the depth of this insight and welcomes its significance, it becomes able to transform uncertainty into spiritual certainties and suffering into knowledge. You thus release yourself from cycles that link and establish a future based in truth and always love. It considers the words that have come to you and helps you to prepare your spirit, because the following steps will turn knowledge into action toward the place that has been waiting for you from the beginning of time. The road of the selected for spiritual development is full of mechanisms invisible to the regular but essential eyes in guiding its growth. These procedures guarantee that you develop to attain the divine potential that lives within you by modifying the emphasis and movement of your path, thus acting as cosmic gears. These systems are not accidental. They are carefully crafted to direct your life, thereby honing the material and spiritual elements of it. See your improvement in 4 separate phases to really grasp how this metamorphosis happens. The first step is revelation. Like the delicate light of the dawn that vanishes the night shadows, the awareness of the selected one wakes to the concealed truth. At this point, your spirit starts to line with the larger good, and your intellect is rocked in pursuit of further knowledge. Like gold, cleaned in the heat of fire to expose its full brilliance, the second step, called purification, involves the elimination of the contaminants that mask your actual nature. Acceptance is the third step. It is the awareness of your human limitations and the readiness to receive divine favor that repairs and fortifies your faith. Here, the selected one starts to meet the difficulties not as enemies, but rather as comrades, building his spiritual fortitude. The penultimate stage is manifesting, in which internal change externalizes and influences not only your own reality, but also that of those around you. Every phase reflects different facets of your being. Your physical body will show the achieved tranquility and balance. Your intellect will be clearer. Your soul will be re-energized. Consider the road followed by the prophet Moses himself, who confronted difficulties that shaped him as a leader, even as he ascended the mountain to hear the summons from the Most High. Like Moses, you will persist for the divine promise, confronting doubts, anxieties, and temptations every step. These difficulties could show themselves as doubts about loss, conflicting beliefs, or persons who demotivate you. Ignoring these procedures will cause your soul to crystallize in periods of inertia, linking you to cycles of uncertainty and stagnation. Without this knowledge, your chosen aura runs the danger of overshadowing the gift of reinventing you with the power of life. Acting now is very vital, as now is the moment of metamorphosis and the chance to rewrite your fate. You can only break through obstacles and reach a new condition of being by courageously accepting this cycle. I stop adding as the moment is moving to prevent circle of captivity without development. Now, the readiness for spiritual practice and resilience starts, while we go to the next level, where specifics of the implementation of these techniques will be revealed. The selected grows spiritually via a series of profound processes tightly entwined in the tissue of time and experience. These procedures are the essential core that makes the trip noteworthy and enlightening. They are not just part of the road. Understanding these processes helps one to grasp the divine project assigned to us, in which every detail, every occurrence, fulfills a more important function: your development. Awakening of awareness is the first mechanism. This is the point when you start to understand that the internal vision should be aligned with the everlasting goal, as the eyes cannot perceive everything. Here, the mind opens, releasing the bonds of surface impressions, like the limbs of a tree, reaching into the heavens. The inner cleansing procedure comes next, in which we eliminate the spiritual and emotional trash blocking our actual light. You will be asked to confront and transform past pain and restrictions, like the metal refiner that heats and separates the gold from contaminants. For the great weight of what was no longer carried to where your soul desires to go. This might show itself as an unexplainable yearning to break away from the past, forsaking old traditions. Spiritual integration constitutes the third mechanism. Start integrating the disjointed bits of your existence in harmony to face the internal obstacles. Working together as one, the mind, body, and spirit accomplish the inner Renaissance magic. Your relationships could alter during this period, as people who used to be in conflict find chances for development and understanding. At last, at the top of change, the truth is realized. Here, the selected one finds his actual spiritual identity, and this clarity starts to permeate every part of his existence. We have to keep in mind that the road of the chosen one is like that of Joseph in Egypt, who, in spite of hardships, ascended to a position of authority and insisted on light and wealth in the one time a land of hopelessness. Ignoring these processes is to select a fixed life connected to the endpoints of irreconciled shadows. But by accepting this road, you will be able to reach a power and knowledge beyond the ordinary, therefore guiding you to a new field of spiritual and personal satisfaction. Selected, we will investigate how to put this knowledge into action, guiding you on the roadmap of your life. Expanding knowledge of the roots and growth of these processes on the path of the chosen helps one to address how each level of spiritual development shows itself in their everyday and spiritual life. These procedures not only happen within IT as an internal shift, but also externalize this metamorphosis by means of choices and actions, redefining your path. You start to see a clear difference in the way the surroundings and the world seem as soon as awareness starts to emerge. Previously disregarded questions start to show up, and the headquarters by responses prepares you to go to uncharted spiritual ground. Having your eyesight changed can help you to view the world with fresh eyes and realize the symphony of the cosmos working for your advantage, much as Paul on the Damascus Road did. Release in the context of interior cleaning goes beyond what people feel. It's about intentional activities that remove what no longer benefits. It may be a shift in the actual surroundings, that is, rearranging our homes, or even moving to locations that speak to our new vibrational frequency. Every dissociation opens a fresh area for experiences and individuals that complement your new direction. Then spiritual integration starts to show up in your regular decisions. You will find a natural alignment of possibilities that link with your inner being. Like David, who danced before the ark, happiness and lightness permeate daily life, and choices are made with the insight of the spirit, in addition to reason or passion. At last, in the phase of truth realization, the currents of uncertainty start to flow constantly in one direction. Here, you realize your ability to coincide with the divine by including inspiration and intuition into every action you do. By now, you are a genuine designer of your goal, seeing and realizing the blueprint meant for you. The quest turns from a passion into an ongoing learning process. Selected, those who choose to overlook this cycle of transition will remain spiritually blind, always carrying on the difficulties of the past without ever achieving closure. But by following these guidelines, not only will you be able to link your soul to the truth, but also create access to the many opportunities in this huge and giving planet. Turning our attention on a long-lasting influence, we become ready to discover how to implement these everyday teachings. Two selected roads bring one to different ends in a kingdom-shaped one. Aware of its core and ready to welcome the truth, the first proceeds with will toward the spiritual trip. This selected opens for metamorphosis, embracing the cleansing of his existence, eliminating what no longer serves. On his trip, he encounters obstacles not as adversaries, but rather as insightful instructors who help him to shape his faith and spiritual clarity. He sees a learning possibility, a gateway for a fresh degree of knowledge and development, every stone on the road. His connections are deepened, his heart is at peace, and he motivates everyone around to pursue better reality. At the other extreme, the second selected opposes this knowledge by rejecting the internal need for development. Captivated in the ego, he interprets his problems as injustices and feels the victim of the situation. Denying this fact leads one into an everlasting circle of sorrow and spiritual poverty. His connections go bad when he distances himself from the core that fuels actual calls. Disgust and despair interrupt his stride as he descends even deeper into darkness he made. Let us consider the story of Cain and Abel, in which the other, in line with kindness and acceptance, found favor to heavenly eyes, while the sibling, full of bitterness and envy, opposed the truth that might have illuminated his path. This duality is a decision we consider on our everyday activities and ideas, not just a story. Now ask each of us, which of these two paths do I find myself today? Each of us has free will to establish a goal in harmony or in conflict with its core. Adopting this fact is a courageous act only from within. It acknowledges that this decision shapes the style of your life, as the results of it are as real as unavoidable. Selected, he realizes that the direction of your path relies on the purity of your soul. There are an ocean of opportunities here where every choice matters. It lets the actual creature living in you blossom and awakens the eyes of the soul. Think about which side of choosing you want to be on, as this choice will define your position in these huge worlds and has great influence. Getting ready for the following chapter, where we will show how to activate and show this metamorphosis into your reality. Selected, everything shown to him so far is not a set of meaningless words, but rather an invitation to change, a holy seed ready to be planted on rich ground. Those who welcome the action will be able to regain the road of light and stop the cycle of outdated norms. Those who hesitate then stay caught in the same webs, unable to experience real emancipation or spiritual movement. I propose 3 strong and reasonably priced techniques for beginning your road of spiritual alignment that you might start using in your daily life and instantly experience the results. First, morning meditation, aiming at rescue of intent. Get up before dawn and locate a peaceful area within your sanctuary, an island of stillness. Sit comfortable, shut your eyes, and inhale deeply. Start to count, in your head, 3 pure intents you will announce to the cosmos. Let these objectives permeate your heart like mantras, therefore guiding your clarity and purpose. This exercise helps you to match your energy, be ready for the day, and confirm your relationship with the divine. Second, thank you for sunset. At the end of the day, go somewhere you can see the sun go below the horizon. Write 3 things you are thankful for each day in a special journal. This technique not only vibrates in love and thanks, but also helps you to understand your emphasis on the richness in your life, thereby enabling you to get more benefits. Third, a process of purification and cleansing. Imagine that the water running over your body free you from the daily toxins while you relax under candles. Seize every drop, guiding the anxieties, worries, and uncertainties. When first starting, feel rejuvenated and sheltered by a shield of celestial light. First, now set a task for the next 24 hours. Set aside a time of the day to engage in a thorough introspection on your life purpose. Ask yourself, what is the spiritual legacy I want to leave? Let this introspection direct your intuition, thereby illuminating and sensualizing your journey. Remember that internal resistance is a normal response when one desires change, as the mind grows used to the comfort of the family member. Still, in this suffering, you have chances for development. The one who keeps on over the darkness will surely discover the fresh dawn of his waking. Selected now is your moment. With this knowledge, your path from now on will be defined. One answered the phone. Will you speak out in answer? The doors of your goal are open. It is up to you to walk in and rewrite your narrative. Selected. Along this road, we discovered a great revelation. Your spiritual awakening was the covert plot aiming to obstruct your path, not just about worldly problems. You have realized that breaking the limiting criteria depends on the actual application of information, and that every chosen action will move you toward your divine destiny. Though this is a vital stage, keep in mind that it is just one on the grand global plane you will be traveling on. Think closely today on what you found here, and let this fresh light guide your path. Ask you really, now that you know the truth, what will you do to her? It acknowledges that your decision will now define the course of your life, just as a boat that changes its candles establishes a new path on the great seas of the Spirit. Understand that in doing so, we transcend the simple digital action and establish an act of trust with the cosmos, therefore declaring your covenant with the divine purpose. Please seal your commitment to this holy summons, stating in the comments, "I accept my call." May God enlighten your steps, strengthen your soul, and open your eyes to the hidden truths. I would pray briefly with you. Following the road meant for you should provide clarity, strength, and purpose. Great. Know that this quest does not stop here. There are even more profound secrets just waiting for you. Together, at the next meeting, we will uncover a truth able to revitalize your whole perspective. Get ready, as what is coming will transform everything. Selected. Keep in mind that you are not traveling alone. We journeyed together on the same road of discovery and illumination. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, do it immediately and turn on the bell to enable you to keep receiving the orientation so vital for your spiritual development. Let us go from here, strengthened in spirit and purposes, until our next reunion in the secrets of life. I leave you with a warm and inspiring certainty. Your journey in this vastness resonates with that of the valuable ones that have the heart turned to the truth. May light and peace be with you.